Bonjour! Hi, I'm Caroline. In this video, I'm going to show you how to vibe code an AP French quiz on my Raspberry Pi using AI, specifically ChatGPT. If you're taking French this year or prepping for an AP French exam and you're tired of boring flashcards, this project will show you how to build your own custom study tool from scratch. If you don't have a Raspberry Pi, no problem. You can use any computer. I'll start with a free ChatGPT account, generate a first version of the quiz, and then improve it step by step. This is a great example of how vibe coding helps you learn Python, Raspberry Pi, and French all at the same time. You'll see my full iterative process, including what works, what breaks, and how each update gets us closer to a polished study app. Now let's get started. I am starting off with the default Raspberry Pi desktop, and I'm going to go ahead and open up an internet browser, Chromium internet browser, and go to ChatGPT. And I've already logged into ChatGPT. This is a free account on ChatGPT, and I'm going to use an approach that I've talked about in shorts briefly, where I don't know what the prompt is, and I'm going to ask it to give me the prompt. I'm just going to start by giving it some context, saying, hey, I'm taking AP French this year. Write a prompt to code a French quiz in Python for a Raspberry Pi with a GUI to help me study for my AP test. And let's see what it does. And it says, prompt begins below, copy everything starting from the line after this. Write a Python program for a Raspberry Pi that displays AP French study quiz using a graphical user interface. Requirements: must run on Raspberry Pi OS, use Tinker, use standard Python libraries only, create a set of 20 plus AP French style questions, vocabulary, grammar, culture, reading comprehensions. Questions should be stored in a Python structure. Each question is multiple choice. Display the question text in French when appropriate. 4 answer buttons, progress indicator, clean Tinker window with shuffle logic, keep score. This is a lot more than what I would have thought of. I'm going to use this prompt, but I want you guys, when you look at this prompt, you can either use it as is, or you can say, I only want 4 questions, or you can feel free to personalize it the way you want to. But it kind of gets you thinking into what all goes into a prompt, how to structure your prompts. So using this method is great in that you can use this to help yourself structure your prompts. There is a very convenient copy button, paste, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete what I don't need, and I'm going to just take the prompt as is without making any changes and see what we get. Copy the code below into a file and run it with Python 3 on your Pi. And here is the code. And if you see this button here that says stop, don't click it. That means that it's still thinking, that it's still generating the code. So just let it keep on working. And it is done creating the code, and it does give you some quick notes and tips. The timer is optional. You can edit the questions, add more questions, and there are things that you can do to improve this code. Copy code. And now I'm going to open up Geany. Click on this Raspberry menu button, programming, and then click on Geany. There are other ways you can do this, but this is the most visual, easiest way. And here we go, we've got Geany. And here's Geany, and I've got a new file, Untitled. I'm gonna right click and hit paste. And now I need to save this file. Click save. And I'm going to save it as AP-Spanish quiz1.py in a folder I just created called French. And I'm just going to click save here. And it is saved, and I'm going to click the run button. There are 23 questions. Here is question number 1. And it's got a timer, restart quiz, cities in Quebec. I'm going to click Montreal. It says correct, excellent. And I can click next question. Country or the Mediterranean. I'm going to click Mediterranean. Nope, that is not correct. The Atlantic Ocean. Okay, next question. Oh, interesting. Now it expanded. Okay, so I do not know the answers to any of these questions, so I'm just going to keep on guessing. And it's going to tell me incorrect. and it does give me what the correct answer is. And I'm going to hit next question. Okay, I got that question correct. Next question. This question, number 8, is asking me what type of food is typical in France, and I'm going to click cheese, fromage. And now I think it's having some formatting issues. It's kind of all over the place. I think this question is very long. I'm just going to click A, Victor Hugo, correct. Next question. And I got 9 out of 23 correct. Obviously, I need to do a lot more studying. It's asking me if I want to start the quiz or quit. I'm going to click, I want to quit this quiz. And I didn't even try the timer thing. Oh, okay. So if you click the timer, then it just, it starts your quiz, and then you can click restart the quiz. Okay, I'm going to quit this quiz here. Press return to continue. Excellent. So that was iteration number 1, built off of not my prompt, but a prompt that ChatGPT gave me. And if there are questions that you want it to add, you can specify which questions you are working on. You can add audio files if you have audio files. Next, I am going to ask for an update the code to just 5 questions and keep the quiz box size consistent, because that was the main thing I noticed, was that sometimes the box expanded or contracted and it looked quite odd. And I'm going to add the multiple choice answers should be presented in a 2x2 display. And let's see if it understands that and it updates our code. I'm going to hit submit. And it goes over the changes it made. Here's the code. Lock the size of the window. Change the answer layout to a 2x2 grid. So this is really great that it provides you with the changes, because if you are learning Python and you want to know, hey, what's it actually doing, it calls that out for you. Or you can just start all over again, and here is the full updated code. I'm going to click copy code, and I'm going to go over here to my Geany, and I'm going to click new file. I'm going to right click, I'm going to hit paste, and now I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to save this as AP Spanish Quiz 2. Enter to save, and now we have quiz number 2 ready to go, and let me click the run button. I didn't notice that I was supposed to keep all the questions, so let's go back to Spanish Quiz 1, and let's see if I can find these questions. I've selected all the questions. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to copy. Then I'm going to go back over to quiz number 2 and replace the questions. Right click and paste. And I'm going to hit save, and let's run the file. Here are the questions. I'm going to try the timer this time. So I've got a 15-second timer, and I will hit a button. Incorrect. I'll click next question, and I don't see a countdown even though I've clicked the timer here. So I'm just going to choose an answer, hit next question, and I have completed the quiz. I got 0 correct. Do you want to try again? Yes, I'd like to try again. Let's see, I don't think this quiz timer is working. I can restart the quiz. The boxes are inconsistent. I am just going to quit this. Second try, and let's go back and look at ChatGPT. I see that there's a section for next improvements, so it is suggesting other improvements I could make to this quiz. That's excellent. Scrollable question box, progress bar. That's great. A study mode with explanations before moving on. But first we got to fix the problems that we had. So I don't think this timer is working. This round of updates is really going to be just making corrections and making this work better. So we have show timer countdown when timer is enabled, enforce the timer when the timer is up. We need to move on to the next question. After the last question, relabel the acknowledgement button. It shouldn't say next question because there is no next question after the last question. And let's see what it does. I'm going to hit enter to submit. And here's our updated code. And I'm going to click copy code. And I'm going to go over to here to my Geany, and I'm going to click new file. I'm going to right click and I'm going to hit paste. And I probably will need to paste in the questions again. Questions go here. And I'm going to replace questions go here. And now I'm going to hit save button. And I'm going to save this as AP Spanish Quiz 3 and hit save. And now I'm ready to run this file. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm going to enable the timer. I'm going to hit restart quiz, enable the timer. Okay, there it goes. Time left, 12 seconds. Okay, let's let it just time out and see if it moves on to the next question. Time up, incorrect. Now I'm going to choose an answer, incorrect, and it tells me what the correct answer is. Then I can click next question. The timeout thing is a little bit too fast. Correct, next question. And I got 1 out of 5, correct. I can try again or not. I'm gonna click no, and then it doesn't quit after I click no. All right, if I hit restart quiz, okay. So you kind of see where I'm going with this. There's a lot of things we can do with this AP French quiz, and we can either give it instructions to make it better, or we can also give it instructions to fix some of the problems that we see. Thanks for joining me as I vibe coded a French study quiz on the Raspberry Pi. Starting with an AI-generated prompt and adjusting each iteration, we built a working quiz app that you can tailor for your vocabulary, grammar, culture questions, or AP-style quiz. You can also add more questions, include audio files, or extend it into a full study mode. A great way to support my channel is by purchasing a copy of my book, Makes a Great Gift, A Woman's Guide to Winning in Tech. I'll leave a link in the description so that you can order your copy today. If you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out my other Raspberry Pi and AI tutorials. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Au revoir.